All right, let's talk about something that's about to change everything. Are you ready to finally stop paying for ChatGPT? In this guide, I'm going to show you exactly how to set up your own private AI, one that is way more powerful, totally free to use after setup, and runs right on your own computer, keeping all your data 100% safe. Let's do this. But hey, before we dive in, do me a huge favor and just smash that subscribe button down below. It helps the channel a ton and you won't miss out on more guides just like this one. Thanks. So let's be real for a second. Are you getting a little tired of that $20 a month subscription fee popping up on your credit card? And does that little voice in your head ever scream, stop, right before you paste some sensitive company data or a personal thought into a public chat box? You're not alone. This is really the fundamental choice we all have now. On one side, you've got cloud AI. That means monthly payments forever. Your data is being used to train their models, and you get responses that are, censored and filtered. On the other side, local AI. It's free to run after a one-time hardware cost, it's 100% private, and you have total control. It's the difference between renting a tool and owning the entire workshop. Okay, so let's start by digging into what I call the cloud AI trap. Because that convenience that you're paying for, well, it comes with some pretty big strings attached. First off, that subscription fee, yeah, that's just the start. By 2026, we're looking at 30, maybe even $50 a month. The real problem, though, is the data risk. Every single thing you type, your business plans, your secret code, your personal thoughts, it's all getting sent to someone else's servers. And if you're a developer, oh man, those API costs can get insane. We're talking $50 to $100 an hour. On top of all that, you've got these safety layers that just refuse to answer perfectly normal questions. It's just limiting. But what if you could have all that power with none of the downsides? Well, that's where the local revolution comes in. And it's time we start thinking about AI differently. Not as some chatbot you visit online, but as your very own private coworker. And this quote, this just nails it. With local AI, privacy is physics. Think about that for a second. With cloud services, privacy is just a policy, something written in a terms of service document that can change tomorrow. But when the AI is on your machine, privacy becomes a law of physics. If you unplug the Ethernet cable, the data literally cannot leave. It's physically impossible. So after that one-time hardware purchase, which, let's be honest, many of you already have, what's your new monthly AI bill? That's right, zero. A big old goose egg. You can run this thing all day, every day, and the only thing you're paying for is the electricity. This right here is the biggest mental shift you need to make. We're not talking about a chatbot anymore. We're talking about a tireless intern, an assistant that lives right on your computer. Imagine you dump 100 pages of dense research docs on its task and say, give me a summary, I need it in 30 seconds. Or you hand it a messy piece of code and say, find the bugs. And it does it, instantly, while you're completely offline. This isn't a toy. It's a productivity machine that's going to save you hours every single week. Okay, I know what you're thinking. This sounds amazing, but I don't have a NASA supercomputer in my basement. Well, guess what? You don't need one anymore, and it's all thanks to one key piece of tech that changed the entire game. The magic word is quantization. Seriously, this is the secret sauce. The best way to think about it is like this. You know how a massive, high-quality WAV audio file can be compressed into a tiny MP3 without losing much sound quality? Quantization does the exact same thing for these giant AI models. It shrinks them from hundreds of gigabytes down to a size that can actually run on your home computer. And this chart just shows you how insane the results are. That green line, that's how much memory the original full-size model needs. A ton. Now look at the blue and orange lines. Those are the quantized or shrunken versions. The memory usage just falls off a cliff. We're talking a 75% reduction. But here's the crazy part. Look at the performance chart up top. The quality of the answers, the smarts of the AI, it barely budges. It's a massive win with almost no downside. All right, so the technology is real, it works. Now for the fun part. Let's actually get you set up. We're going to look at your local AI toolkit, the apps that will actually run these powerful models. Right now, there are really 3 big names you need to know: Ollama, LM Studio, and Jan. Think of Ollama as the race car. It's the fastest, built for developers who want raw power and API access. LM Studio is like the perfect daily driver. It's the easiest to use, super beginner-friendly with a great visual interface. Then you have Jan, which is like the secure vault. It's clean, simple, has a ChatGPT vibe, and is all about privacy because it's completely open source. So, which one is for you? It's pretty simple. You want the absolute fastest, most flexible option for coding or automation? You grab Ollama.
You want the easiest, friendliest experience just to get started right now? You download LM Studio. And if maximum privacy and a simple open source chat experience is what you're after, Jan is the way to go.
Okay, the big question. What kind of computer do you actually need? Forget CPU, forget system RAM for a second. The number one thing that matters here is VRAM. That's the memory on your graphics card. If you've got a decent gaming PC from the last few years with 8 to 12 gigs of VRAM, you're at the entry level. And that's perfect for chatting and writing. The sweet spot for most people, the mid-range, is 16 to 24 gigs. That's where you can do some serious coding and analysis. And if you're an absolute enthusiast with 32 gigs or more, you can run pretty much anything you want. And you're not going to believe how easy this is. I'm talking 60 seconds to get started. Step 1, download one of those tools, let's say LM Studio. Step 2, open it up and search for a model. Just type in Llama 3-8B. That's a great one to start with. You'll see files ending in GGUF. That's the format you want. Step 3, click download. And that's it. You did it. You are now running a powerful AI on your own machine, completely private and completely offline.
Okay, so let's just pull back for a minute, because what we're talking about here isn't some niche hobby for tech nerds anymore. This shift to local first AI is a massive trend that's changing the entire industry, and it's happening fast.
And the big reason why is that corporations are finally waking up. They're terrified of something called shadow AI. That's when an employee with the best intentions accidentally pastes the company's secret sauce, trade secrets, future plans, into a public chatbot. The risk is just too big. So now, smart companies are actually mandating that their employees use private, local AIs to keep that data. And here's the final piece of the puzzle, the real clincher. These local, open-source models are now so good that for probably 90% of what you do every day, writing, coding, summarizing, the performance gap between them and the big cloud models has basically disappeared. You no longer have to choose between power and privacy. You can have both. Look, the era of cloud-only AI, where you had no choice but to pay a monthly fee to a giant corporation, is over. The tools are free, the models are powerful, and the computer to run it all is probably already sitting on your desk. So the real question is, are you ready to own your own intelligence? Thanks for watching.